This Soberlivingq on Reflection of You. I'm in Smoking City with it. I've been hearing a lot about, a lot of the elders, they don't go to the same stores no more. They don't want to go to this gas station or this convenience store because of a little young dude and pulled the gun out and scared him. I was speaking with somebody yesterday at work, and he was like, man, I don't even go downtown no more. Because I was like, I'm finna go downtown and go walk. He was like, man, go ahead, have at it. But he told me he don't go down there. I said, why you don't go down there? He said, man, last time I been down there was 1999. And he was like, I'm traumatized. I said, why you traumatized? He said, because he was down there on Bill and he heard he got a gun. Man, he said ever since then, he ain't been down there. Then I see the news, they always like putting on the news like a killing happened over here, a shooting happened over there. But how about actually going in the communities and actually talking to the people, actually getting back involved in the community? You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, like I told you when I say MGM, Mentor Great Men, man, got made, making great men. With this sobriety thing, it ain't just about sobriety. It's about it's about your character defects. It's about what you done been through, what led you to the addiction, traumas, all of that. So I just, I just see myself going around Memphis, actually talking to the people instead of just shunning them and looking down on them. Man, go talk, holler at them. You feel me? You just don't, they might make their day. Don't judge nobody because he on drugs, she on drugs. I walked to the store earlier and the lady was out there, she was laying on the ground, Caucasian lady. And she was like, you'll bring me a drink out of there? My first mind said, hell nah. But then I was like, I see what's up. I went in there, I went in there and grabbed a Rip-It. They ain't had no Rip-It. So I had grabbed the cranberry juice. And man, I took a sip out of the cranberry juice. God was like, man, just give her the cranberry juice. I gave her the cranberry juice and kept walking. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got, just because I'm sober, I know the world ain't gonna get sober. You feel me? And I know talking ain't gonna get it done. I gotta walk this way a lot. Sobriety is something you gotta want, and you gotta walk it like you talking. So yeah, I ain't gonna be on here too long. I just wanted to share that, because I really see what's going on in Memphis. And some just telling me, don't give up on Memphis. I'm still recovering right now, from alcohol and drugs. I ain't ashamed or embarrassed. God freed me from that. Okay? God freed me from that. Took me through the darkness. I've been through the fire to come out, to go back in and grab some old people and bring them out the fire. Only if you want to come out the fire, though. But it took me a minute. What got me sober might not get you sober. So I just believe in like building my temple one brick at a time, one day at a time. That's what MGM mean to me, And hopefully I can inspire the next person or people or anybody to not give up on themselves. That's why a lot of people be overdosing and stuff too. And then you got people be, playing chemists and stuff with the drugs. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story though. Got to get to the root cause. Not just locking somebody up because this happened. You're gonna lock them up around other alcoholic addicts. Everybody going through something. Ain't nobody learned how to deal with life using healthy coping skills, and to deal with the traumas and the hurt and all of that. So hurt people, and it's just a revolving door. It's a cycle that keep going on and on, But instead of just saying we gotta do better, I'm doing what I can do. I can't say what everybody can do, All I can do is do better, become better, and in the process of me doing it, demonstrating it, then change will come. Other people will see it and, okay, you know what, I like that. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You don't gotta have a gun everywhere you go, but the way Memphis set up, man, You can't even sit at a red light for more than 3 to 5 seconds. You know, without looking in your rearview mirrors. You feel me? But yeah, I'm finna head to work, man. Y'all have a good one.